Well, hello there everyone, Simon back here with another reaction. I know it's been a couple of weeks since my last video, just being really busy at the moment with buying this place. I'm in the final stages. I did do a live stream the other day and I am planning on doing a pre-watch party live stream for Andor coming up on Tuesday. It'll be around about midnight Tuesday for, well, I suppose it'd be midnight Wednesday, you know, just as Tuesday ticks over to Wednesday for those of you in the UK. Work that out for yourself as to what time that's going to be in your time zone. But we've been given a trailer release at Star Wars Celebration, which is going on in Japan at the moment. Very jealous of everyone who is over there at the moment. For Star Wars Zero Company. Now, I don't tend to get too excited for games in Star Wars because they've been very hit and miss in the past. Recently, more hits with the likes of Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order, Outlaws, which I particularly enjoyed, but we have had some stinkers in the past. And so when they announced that they were doing a new tactics-based game, a turn-based strategy game as it was, I got quite excited because that is my favourite genre of game. I absolutely love anything like XCOM. XCOM is a wonderful game that I keep going back to even to this day, and I've always wanted something like that in the Star Wars realm. I've always wanted a sequel to Empire at War, and I don't know if that's what we're getting in the pipeline as well, but we had some snippets of Zero Company when it was first kind of announced, but it was just like a title card. It was just the, you know, the name of the game and a little bit of info about what it was going to be. But now we actually have a release trailer, which again, I'm expecting it to be fairly cinematic. I'm not expecting to see much gameplay. And again, the questions for me are kind of revolving around how exactly is this going to work out? What exact time period are we in? What's the game system going to be like? Because if it's similar to XCOM, I'll be very, very happy. I'm not 100% expecting that though. So we're going to jump in. We're going to have a look, see what we think, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So it's game engine footage. There's a Luca Hulk ship, so it's going to be maybe during the Clone Wars.
When people talk about the Clone Wars,
yeah,
they talk about the big moments, the crisis points, planetary invasion.
Is that Naboo, maybe?
Cities bombed to rubble.
That looks like it could be Naboo.
Truth is, there's a war you don't see.
This looks like it could be XCOM style, based off of this, which is getting me very excited.
Ciphers, good old-fashioned sabotage. These aren't the heroes they tell stories about.
Huh.
They're professionals.
So it's a ragtag group of specialists. Oh, and of course there has to be a Jedi.
Had their differences to take on the impossible.
And a Mandalorian? This really is ragtag. This kind of feels like our Star Wars D&D game.
But that's the job, and they get it done.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Pre-alpha game footage. Yeah, it is. It's XCOM style. Okay. Well, list me officially on the hype train. Although it's kind of a very basic premise, you know, a group of ragtag, you know, commandos, as it were, during the Clone Wars going on different missions. The actual, you know, game footage that we got there, and it is pre-alpha, so it is very bare bones. It could change massively. Does look very similar to XCOM. And although I'm not expecting the kind of huge amounts of in-depth customization that you get with XCOM, because it looks like they are set main characters, In XCOM, if a character dies on the battlefield, you just replace him with a new recruit. You can rename them, you can customize their look, their background, their gear. I'm not expecting that here, so I do kind of expect, and it is kind of sad, very bare bones version of XCOM, but that's still better than what I was expecting. So it's weird because we've got a D&D game on at the moment with, based in the Star Wars universe, and it feels almost exactly like what we've got. We've got a Jedi, a clone trooper, like a rebel kind of commando, so that feels very eerily like that. So it will be interesting to see. Again, we'll have to wait until we find out more about the game. It's coming next year, which at this point is 8 months away. We're already a third of the way through this year, which is kind of crazy. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It looks decent so far. I'm not going to, put my neck out and just say, yeah, that's going to be the best game ever, because it'll change a lot. But hopefully the price point won't be too high, very similar to Star Wars Squadrons maybe. It's in like the $40, $50 mark. Because again, it's not, I don't know, I'm not a game developer, but I can't imagine it's going to be as intensive to make as a Battlefront, and I don't think there'll be multiplayer, although it might be. There might be some cooperative. It would be fantastic if there was a cooperative mode where everyone just takes like one person, like with Baldur's Gate. That's another example of, kind of a turn-based strategy game, but that's got more of a role-playing element to it. So, who knows? It's encouraging, though. I'm liking everything that I'm seeing from Celebration so far. But as always, we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts, whether you're going to, play it based off what you've seen here. And as I say, I'll be back on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning with a pre-watch live stream for Andor, so I will see you there.